Hey, Abroad Abroad here in Barcelona, Spain.
What's up? It's our last full day in the city, and so we thought it'd be a good time to do a bit of a wrap up video for Barcelona. We've been here 6 days, and it's just been a magical 6 days. It really has. I have fallen in love with the city. My cousin Keith said that this was one of his favorite cities, and I can certainly see why
Yeah.
because it's just been a joy. We've seen so many beautiful buildings. We've
The
experienced so much.
architecture is amazing.
Oh my gosh, we've experienced so much local culture. We've talked to so many people, and it's just been I would say, except for getting the crossover stolen, it's been 100% positive
That
experience.
wasn't even that. That's not even a big deal.
Right, and we learned lessons from that.
Yeah,
So,
that was a cheap lesson.
um,
That's the only like if there was any negative at all, it would just be that.
right,
That was it.
yeah. And so I definitely am going to look forward to coming back. But I told Penny today, I was like, you know what, I'm ready to go on to our next adventure. So
Yeah, he said I love Barcelona, but I'm ready to move on.
yeah. So
Man
we're
after
wrapping
my
it
own
up.
heart. We're here for
Um,
6 days. We're ready to move on. I'm a gypsy. Let's go.
We were on a quest for alcohol today, which I'm sure you're surprised about. But
We don't drink as much as what it really sounds like.
Well,
I don't think.
eh. So on our way, we come across this church that every time we come across a church, I'm like, oh, I just want
We
to
have
stop
to
and
go
look
in.
at it. It's so beautiful. And so it's just so happened that this was the church that the presentation, the mystery man, was being presented at. And so this is a multi format, immersive experience about the Shroud of Turin. And it takes you from the history of the Shroud of Turin when it was first discovered, I think in 1307, somewhere around there, through to today. And it's an artistic, scientific, and historical presentation of the history of the Shroud of Turin. And I have to say, for 15 euros, I mean, this is going
It
to
was
stay
worth
with
it.
me for a long time. It
Yeah.
was, I'm not going to say it changed my life, but today it changed my life.
It could change your life because it is so amazing when you walk at the reverence of artwork. When you walk in, it's in a cathedral. I guess it's a cathedral.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. And I'll do a video of this a cathedral because it's amazing. But when you walk in, um, you have these telephones, and every individual can listen to it at their own time, speed, and all of that kind
In
of
their
stuff.
own language.
And yes, you can pick your language, and it's really great. But they should have a little more seating, maybe.
Maybe a little bit more.
But when you walk in, and oh my gosh, just the feeling in your heart whenever
It's overwhelming.
it is overwhelming. It's so overwhelming, and oh, I just don't even cry when I think about it.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to see the video. We went to, near the end of it, there's this immersive experience that we chose to set. And so we sat down on the floor, and it was the four walls plus the floor were these iconic historical representations of Jesus over the years, from the beginning of time until today. And just to watch the progression of how art has interpreted Jesus and presented Jesus is just an amazing
They
experience.
have an area that you can take pictures and everything, and I always try to obviously ask ahead of time when I go into these cathedrals. But when you walk in this one particular room, they have Jesus laying in
Well, just so real
Yeah,
quick,
you
so
do it.
when you walk up, there's it's an entrance that you can't see into the room. It's kind of like a meat locker at a big freezer where they have the plastic strips hanging down that are separated, and you walk through. So there's a
yeah, like
person
a,
at the
going to a
beginning.
refrigerated area at Costco.
Right, yeah. And so there's a person standing there, and he says, "You're about to enter the most
He
important
stopped
part."
us. Yeah.
of the experience. And so he walked us through what this was. And he said there's no pictures allowed, no video allowed. You must maintain a pose with your hands behind your back at all times. You can't touch anything.
I forgot that. I don't know if I did that.
You can get as close as you want to look, but that's it.
But they've taken the shrine and they have recreated Jesus in the position that he was in, his face and all of it.
In the flesh.
It's like
it was like a wax museum.
It was like I was going to wait for his eyes to open, and it was just such a.
It was moving.
It was moving.
It really was, and it's definitely something that I can't believe that I hadn't encountered any of this in my research.
I had heard of the Mystery Man, but I didn't know anything about this. Which is like everything that we're putting videos on. I didn't know anything about this.
Right.
But it was,
and so we just stumbled upon it on our quest for alcohol.
We were looking for a bar, and we saw this, and it was a beautiful building. Like, oh, what is this? Let's go look at Mystery Man. And then we walk in. They have like a tiny, tiny little gift shop. It's not even like they're trying to sell stuff. It's really just trying to...
It's almost like information to get you to go to the exhibit.
Yes, but it's not real commercial, like where you have the big gift shop to buy a bunch of shit that you don't need. It was just so different. I can't even really explain it. You really should experience it. If you come here, definitely go. It's only 15 euros a person, and it is well worth it. So worth it.
We didn't get to go inside of Sagrada La Familia, so I can't attest to what that experience was. But this would be my number one recommendation if you come to Barcelona, is to go through this experience.
And it takes probably, if you want to really, we did the immersive part. All of that's included in your ticket. So you go in, you listen to your phone that has the story not story, but the information that you're listening to. And then there's this immersive part, and it was almost like people didn't know to go in there.
Right, yeah, it wasn't real obvious.
And so, of course, we're like, what's behind here? It says enter on the thing. I'm reading it, and I'm like, oh, look. And then I've got a video of it, but I've done the immersive for
we did Van Gogh.
And then we did the other one.
Watercolors.
Yes.
Matisse.
No. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it was an immersive experience. So.
And those are fine. They were really good.
Oh,
actually.
Those are wonderful.
Yeah, they were.
This was too. This was much smaller and more intimate. But we just sat on the floor. We just leaned up against the wall and just sat there and just watched it. And it is very, very moving.
Yeah, it really is. So it was a great way to kind of put a capper on our experience with the city. We left there and we finally found a bar. And we met this couple from New Zealand, Ross and Jenny. If you're watching this, shout out to you all.
Nice to meet you guys.
And thank you for the wine. We really appreciate it.
Nice
and so we just stumbled upon this conversation for an hour and a half with this couple from New Zealand who are also world travelers. Had the most delightful conversation. And I told Penny when we were walking here, I was like, I really want to do just a recap in the moment of our time in Barcelona. I'm not going to give any sort of groundbreaking information. This is a great city to come to. I would highly recommend that if you have 6 or 7 days to spend, you just come every day to the heart of the city and go a different direction
every day. That's what we did. And so the first time, I don't even remember the order of any of it, but we found a Chinatown, we found an Indian town, we found
African town.
We found everything. It's like a maze. And I could never retrace my steps unless I went on my phone and trying to figure out like what crazy directions that we walked. But we found so many different areas and cultural areas all in Barcelona, just all right there.
Yeah, everything. We went to a metal bar and we went to the most reverential religious presentation I've ever seen.
So the metal bar is the only it is the last metal bar in Barcelona. Can you believe that?
Right.
There's one metal bar in all of Barcelona. Now, we got there very early. As soon as they opened, we were there, so it wasn't very busy. And we are many days into this trip, so we're not doing late nights and that kind of stuff. So we're cutting out early. We still don't get back till midnight.
Right.
For us, that's for the city, that's early. Some things don't even open till 10 p.m. This one opened at 6 p.m.
Right.
and so we were there for a few hours. But
yeah, we just hung out. There weren't very many people there. We had
cool
some
people though.
Yeah.
We did meet the people that were there, and they were very cool. And this one guy, he looked like he'd be in a band, and this girl looked like she would, I don't know.
I've met him when he was in a band.
Yes. But anyway, so we're talking to them, and they're just customers. He goes behind the bar and does things.
Right.
They put me behind the bar.
Yeah, so whenever we were leaving, we'd been there for a couple hours, and I told Penny, I was like, there's no reason to keep staying here. Let's head back to the room and get a good night's sleep, because I want to get back to the food market
Of course, the
today.
food.
So,
And we did.
so as we were leaving, the bartenders were waving, bye, nice
Ciao.
Americans. They're like, nice Americans. And
Right.
so as we were walking out, one of the bartenders came out and got us and
She's
said,
like, come here.
come behind the bar. Come behind the bar. And we didn't
I
understand
didn't
at
understand
first.
what she wanted.
And I was like, I think she wants us to get behind the bar. So we got
Wow.
behind the bar with the bartender, who looks like that Denzel Washington would have killed him in the first Equalizer movie. So we got back there.
He was Eastern European and didn't speak a lot of English.
Right. And so we were all meddled up and got pictures with them, and they just were so friendly.
She was hugging me, and
Yeah, and it was just weird because we were walking out to leave for the night, and they were just like stopped us, like, come get a picture. She's like, do you want us to take a picture of you behind the bar? And we were like, yeah, that'd be
sure,
awesome.
yeah, that's
So
cool.
you'll see some really cool pictures when
Yeah.
Penny does her Barcelona wrap up and pictures. But again, I would say as a whole, I couldn't have loved this city even more. It's been super positive. I'm looking forward to coming back, but I'm really looking forward to our next adventure.
I'm going to give this. I'm going to give Barcelona a 10 out of 10.
Oh, absolutely. 10 out of 10.
I have had all different kinds of food, things, and this whole journey has been, part of it is I don't eat a lot of, I do eat a lot of variety, but I don't eat a lot of meat. So that has been my obstacle. So when we go to these countries where meat is a big part of the diet, it's hard for me to find things to eat. So I had this Chinese, or it was Chinese, I don't even know. It was I ordered it thinking that I was going to get something like a plate of noodles and some vegetables and some spice.
Kind of like a stir fry with noodles.
That's what I thought. Nope, it comes out in a bowl.
It's a
It's
soup.
And, oh my gosh, it was so good. I would never have ordered that before, but I couldn't eat all of it, but I ate most of it. Anyway, it was delicious. Dragon breath today, probably.
So Barcelona has been a fulfillment of all the sensations you could possibly look to fulfill.
Religious,
Yes.
spiritual,
Entertainment,
food.
cultural, food, alcohol.
The alcohol has not been outstanding. The drinks.
It's done the job.
I'm just going to say, though, I have not had a mixed drink. I've been sticking with beer.
No, you had a mojito at the Mexican
Yeah, I don't call a
restaurant.
mojito a mixed drink,
Oh.
but I mean, it might be, I don't know, but I had a mojito. It was average. It was okay.
Yeah, we've not had a tremendous alcohol experience.
I probably like my mojitos over sugared and not like anybody else would have a mojito.
I like my
love-
margaritas with Grand Marnier or Cointreau, and that's not in great supply
Yeah.
here.
So they're a little different, I mean, we have kind of cultivated our own likes in alcohol, so that's different on mixed drinks here. Now, Keith did give us, I haven't showed you, but he showed us some pictures of some awesome drinks.
Yeah.
In this hidden bar.
They're outside of our budget.
It is probably out of our budget, but this Heineken isn't, and it's pretty good. So I've been sticking a lot with beer because it's cheaper, and I would much rather experience the beer that's good and cheap, and everything else, not spend my money on the mixed drinks.
Yeah.
But I do want to go back and look at his pictures because it looked amazing. I haven't had a chance to dig into it yet, but
Absolutely.
those drinks are good. They're not on our frugal budget, probably.
We're exiting Barcelona to get back on budget.
Well,
We are.
he is reassuring me
We will be back on budget.
Well,
We will.
we'll see. We'll
So
see.
that leads us into tomorrow. We'll do a video on the bus on our way there to bring you all up to date. But look for the picture scrapbook that Penny puts together for Barcelona. There's going to be some just amazing pictures in there you're going to love.
Yeah. And we're going to tomorrow. We're packing up. We found our luggage place. We're going to take our luggage, drop it off tomorrow.
But don't give anything away.
Well, you want to tell them where we're going?
Well, we're going to the city is called Sitges.
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 G-E-S. Sitges.
And it sounds like there's an S after the T.
Sitges.
Sitges is where
So,
we're going. We're going to sit
anyway.
in some jizz on the way.
Well, maybe.
We're taking a bus, so we might.
Yeah, that's a possibility. So anyway, what's even more interesting is what our accommodation situation is going to be once we get there. We'll give you that detail tomorrow.
We will. Thanks for following Abroad Abroad.
Peace.